Hey everyone, Happy New Year. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Sonia Space. This is episode 26. And, now we're into the new year. We're looking into setting goals for ourselves, new opportunities, new beginnings, whatever it may be. And with that note, I'm really excited to be presented with opportunities for my podcast. And not only that, I want to take the next steps to have my podcast evolve. And that includes more collaborations, having a guest, having guests on my podcast series, and looking into making video podcasts as well. So that is the ultimate goal for Sonia Space this year. So I'm really looking forward to it. I feel like this is going to be a really good year with a positive mindset, positive approach. And yeah, I have a good feeling about this year. And I hope that all of you are able to meet your goals, whatever it may be for this year. Whatever challenges that you are going through, you are able to overcome for the year. So I'm sending over positive vibes and blessings to you all. I also have a very huge announcement to make on this episode. Me and Jesse welcomed our baby girl Raya on December 27th. We are overfilled with joy and happiness, and I feel like it's a beautiful gift going into the new year. Raya was actually due the first week of January, but she decided to come a little earlier, like right before the new year. And we couldn't be any happier. We're really looking forward to our journey as parents. She's about 2.5 weeks now, and it's it's a process. And getting into the routine with the newborn, and of course it's all new to us, right? And it's the learning curve is also very high, but you learn to adapt and you figure things out as you go. And that worry is always there, but what overcomes the worry is the joy and happiness and seeing your baby smile and spend time with you. And we couldn't be any happier. So it's been a great start to the new year for us. And speaking of motherhood, by popular request, I was asked to talk about our nursery preparation for baby Raya and what me and Jesse have done to the nursery, and kind of like some tips and suggestions or recommendations that I would have for anyone going into parenthood, and some of the products that we've used. And now, since we have a daughter, I can let you know which products are actually quite useful, which ones did not really work out for us, but again, to each their own. So I would like to take the opportunity to talk about our nursery preparation and the products that we had on our registry and the products that we are actively using for baby Raya. So I started nesting for baby Raya around, I would say, week 31 or 32. You know how they say you have a strong urge to start nesting when you're close to labor. And I gave birth right at 38 weeks. But that's when we started with the nesting process. The color theme that I really wanted for baby Raya was, I've really been obsessed with earthy tones, and I wanted something subtle but cute for my daughter. As you know, even for the house, I was trying to go for like a modern organic vibe. And what we've decided for baby Raya's room is to incorporate some earthy tones as well. And I've been so obsessed with green, right? So sage green, just green in general. I think it's a very lively color. It's a color of nature. And I wanted to incorporate that into Raya's nursery. So for her nursery, we have a sage green crib, sage green curtains, and some other items in the room that are sage green. And then we painted the wall pink, blush pink, to contrast with the sage green crib. And I've also incorporated beige and white. So I wanted to keep these colors for baby Raya. And as far as functionality, what we've used in the room and what we're using right now, keep in mind that, me and Jessie do not feel comfortable with her sleeping in the nursery just yet. She is sleeping with us in a bassinet in our bedroom. The nursery is actually upstairs. So, sometimes between 6 months to a year, I guess whenever we feel comfortable, that will be, Raya's room where she'll be staying and where we will be most of the time. So we do have some items that are downstairs for our convenience, but we also have her stuff upstairs where we can have everything laid out for her, right? Like the dresser, the diaper changing pad, all her clothes and everything, right? So in our nursery, I really wanted to, one, have this color theme, and two, I definitely wanted to have books as well for Raya. So we have a few floating bookshelves where we have some books for her as well, and then we have a dresser for her where we keep all of her items, of course, diapers, changing wipes, washcloths, pacifiers, socks, teethers, like literally everything under the sun is in the dresser. And then, of course, we've brought some of these items downstairs in a little diaper caddy. So we have a little lounger for her. We have the nursing chair actually in our bedroom, right? And it's, because she's so little and she's so young, we want to avoid going upstairs as much as possible. We usually take her upstairs to change her or, bathe her. But otherwise, we stay downstairs for these first initial months, right? We want to get used to her. So the products that I would highly, highly recommend that have worked out really well for us right now is definitely get a very comfortable nursing chair. Like, even my husband likes it so much. We're thinking of just bringing it out into the living room, even to watch TV, right? And just nurse there or chill out there. Because me and my husband are usually in the living room during the day. And we also bring Raya out in her bassinet. And we just have her out there and keep an eye on her while we're watching TV or, doing chores around the house and stuff. So we have a open concept kitchen and a living room. So, and we also get a lot of natural light, right? Which is great for the baby to get vitamin D and for us as well. So we're usually in the living room most of the time. But in the bedroom, we have the nursing chair. I have a little cart where I have some of the essential items such as, thermometer, nose aspirator, things for breastfeeding. We have our diapers and we have the wipes, all that good stuff. And then I also have a little diaper caddy that we carry around. We leave it in the living room where we keep all the diapers, the diaper rash cream, the wipes, her pacifier. And since we're on the topic of motherhood and new beginnings and preparing for new beginnings, I wanted to dedicate this episode to talk about our nursery preparation. I posted a poll on my Instagram and got the most votes for this topic. So I'm really excited to talk about it. And funny thing is that, of course, you prepare for the nursery, you have this like urge to nest and whatnot. And now that we have baby Raya here, we now have a better idea of items that are actually functional and convenient compared to items that are not so really worth it. And I think me and Jesse did a pretty good job with getting items that have been really helpful for us. And of course, there's still items that we need to use in the near future because Raya is only, 2.5 weeks old. But I do want to list out must have items for your nursery and just some, general inspiration and ideas for a nursery if you ever plan on, setting one up for your baby. And, it's crazy because we recently moved to another house and now it's a 2-story house. So her nursery is actually upstairs, but of course we don't feel comfortable with her just being upstairs alone because our bedroom is downstairs. So we have a mix-up situation where we have some items downstairs and some items upstairs. But of course, I feel like for the first 6 months, maybe up to a year, Raya will be downstairs with us for the most part. And of course, we do take her upstairs for her baths and, changing her clothes. But I feel like we have a really good setup in general. So here are my must-have items for the nursery and also just kind of how we've set everything up for Raya. So let's talk theme. As you know, if you listened to my previous episode, we recently bought a new house and, we've been decorating the house as well. And I've really been going for a modern organic vibe for the house. And I kind of wanted to incorporate a similar concept into Raya's room. And the color theme that I would think of is definitely having some green, some sage green. I've been so obsessed with sage green for some time. And so the theme for her nursery is it's a color theme. It's a sage green, pink, white, and beige theme for her nursery. And it's a little bit of florals, and we have cute little 3D butterflies on the accent wall. And we also have some rabbit themed items in the room. I don't know how that happened, but it just happened. Coincidentally, we ended up having rabbit themed items in our room. So it's really cute. So we don't have like a specific theme, but definitely we do have a very consistent theme with the colors, the sage green, the blush pink, the white, and the beige. And it's such a cute nursery. And the one thing that I'm really obsessed with that Raya is not going to be using too much of until like she's much older, meaning like, sometime later this year or next year, would be the sage green crib that I got her. And it is so cute. It is from Carter's. It's such a beautiful color. And we have it against the back wall. And then the contrast color of the wall is blush pink. Initially, we were going to do a really pretty wallpaper, but it just didn't work out for us. We'd figured that we would just use a single colored accent wall. So we had someone come by and paint our wall blush pink. And then we have little floating butterflies, 3D butterflies on the accent wall. And it looks so cute. Again, I found some great items on Amazon and on Baby List for the nursery. So that's the theme that we have for the nursery. So we have the crib, we have a dresser with a diaper changing pad on there as well as decor and whatnot. We have a chair in there, not a nursing chair. The nursing chair I actually have in the bedroom downstairs, but we have a chair and then some floating bookshelves with some books for Raya. And then of course, like just some wall decor as well for her. And the must-have items, I would say, especially at the beginning, of course, you want to have a bassinet, which we keep next to our bed at night. And I just got the Harper Baby bassinet, and it's really, really convenient, super functional. We have it in the room when we're sleeping. We bring it out to the living room because we're mostly in the living room, most of the time during the day because we have an open concept kitchen and everything. And, we're watching TV and there's like a lot of daylight in the living room. So it's really nice to also just bring her out in the bassinet. It rolls right out into the room. It has little wheels on there and it's super convenient, very light. Love the bassinet. So we have the bassinet, and then we also have a really nice nursing chair, which my husband also really loves. So we have a nursing chair in the bedroom, and next to the nursing chair, I have a utility cart right next to the nursing chair where I keep all of Raya's essentials and also my breast pumping and breastfeeding essentials as well. So it's really convenient for it to be right there next to the nursing chair. So we have the diapers, the wipes, the thermometer, the nose aspirator, the muslin burping cloths. All the essentials are on that cart. Another thing that is really convenient for us, like I mentioned, we're like usually in the living room. We have a little sage green diaper caddy organizer for her. So we keep essentials in there as well. And we keep that in the living room, and we can just carry that anywhere. So of course we have like the diapers, we have the wipes, we have the pacifier, the rash cream, the comb, the burping cloths, extra set of onesies, socks. So we keep all of that in there as well. So that has been really good for us. We also have the lounger for her, a baby lounger, which has been really great for us because we keep that in the living room on the couch, and we actually use that kind of as a diaper changing pad to change her. So we just put like a little blanket that we got from the hospital for her, and then we change her diapers on there as well. We use the caddy, we bring it out there, and then we change her diaper on there as well. And then of course we can also transfer that to the room and change her diaper there as well. So super handy item that we have. So for sure, I would say having a bassinet, of course, it's Raya has to sleep somewhere, a nursing chair, and having something where you can carry the baby essentials, right? So we have the cart, but then the caddy is easier to carry around. So we keep a caddy with us at all times. In terms of clothing, as you know, newborns need to be swaddled up while they're sleeping or napping. And the ones that we've purchased are the Velcro kind. I did not want to get the zipper ones personally in case their hands or their fingers or their feet get caught up into the zipper, but the Velcro ones have been really convenient for us. So we've gotten some Velcro swaddlers for her, and that's been working out great. And we also have a bunch of newborn onesies and clothes. I know I've heard people say they grow out of them so fast, you don't need too many, but there's only so many times I want to do laundry. I'd rather have extra clothes than doing laundry all the time personally. So make sure you get enough onesies for them, and they come in different sizes and ranges. It'll say newborn or newborn to 3 months, but make sure you have enough clothes for the baby. Includes onesies, pants, their hats, their mittens, which I've not used yet because their fingernails can grow out so fast. I need to trim Raya's fingernails, but they have mittens and they have socks. So definitely investing in a bunch of clothes has been really helpful for us. Another thing that we've invested in, and I absolutely love it, and I know a whole bunch of people just use regular trash cans, but we've gotten the Playtex Diaper Genie pail. And the whole purpose of that is to control the odor, the diaper odor, and it keeps it all in one place. And it's also an antimicrobial item. So it's been really good for us. And we actually just recently started using it. We've been so busy that my husband just set it up, and it's been great for us. I think we switched out the bag after maybe 12 to 15 diapers. But it's super convenient because, again, we don't want to mix it in with the kitchen trash and everything. We wanted to have like a separate place to trash all the diapers and the cleaning wipes. And as I mentioned earlier, we also have a grooming kit for her, like a nail cutter, nail filer, things of that sort. I think that's really convenient and helpful for babies. One other thing that we ordered that we haven't used yet, but I know it's going to help Raya a lot, is we got her a baby wipe warmer because, of course, when you wipe the baby, they go into shock because the wipes are usually cold. And I think it's really helpful in the sense that, the wipes are just go into room temperature, so they're not screaming and yelling or crying while you're changing their diaper. So I think it's a great way to soothe the baby. I think we just need to set it up, but I know it's going to be really good for baby Raya because every time we wipe her down, she does not like it and she starts crying. And I get that because she gets that cold shock. So I think it's really great to have something like that. Also, your baby needs a bath time every couple to a few days because, hello, of course, they're burping, they're pooping, they're peeing, they get dirty. And you want to make sure that you have items for their bath time. So when they're newborns, you don't want to submerge them like their belly into a tub because of their umbilical cord. The clamp is still either there or they're still too young. So we actually have this newborn tub seat, which is really helpful. And it has like a mesh cover, so the water just seeps through, and we just have that in the bathtub, and we have her sit down in that, and we just give her a bath on that. And it's been really helpful for us. So definitely get bath items specifically for certain ages. So we have that seat. We have our Aveeno bath set infused with lavender, which helps her calm down. This girl sleeps so well after her baths. And also, we have a flow control rinser for her that we use to wash her head and wash her face for bath. So these are must haves, I would say, for the baby. Another thing that I added to the registry that we have not used is the Hatch Rest Go, which is a portable sound machine for babies and kids, and it helps soothe them to sleep. We have not had the need to use that yet, so it's kinda like a white noise machine, but I think we're going to use that soon. It is in the cart that is in our room, but I think it's really helpful to use that to soothe your babies, especially if they're having trouble trying to go to sleep at night. Other items that aren't necessarily in the nursery or in the bedroom is we got the Mom Cozy bottle cleaner, which is great. It's actually really convenient because it'll wash all the bottles for you and it'll sanitize it as well, which is something that you have to do for bottles. We do it every few days or so, the bottles and nipples and the breast pumping parts as well. So that's another thing that we've invested in. And of course, we got the Dappy baby bottle soap. I know that it's not required for you to use a specific type of baby bottle soap, but we do. It just smells so good. And I think that's been great for us for cleaning the bottles and the parts. And of course, we also got the Uppa Baby stroller. And the thing that I really like about the Uppa Baby is that their car seat is the only car seat. It's the only super lightweight car seat. I think it weighs only 5 pounds and it is meant to be used on newborns. And then I think they can use it for up to X amount of months. It's the Aria car seat. And then you can attach it to the stroller and detach it, which is really great. And then you can upgrade to another car seat at either age 1 or once you reach the weight limit of 22 pounds. And I know that we could have bought a car seat that they could have used for much longer, but man, we really wanted a very lightweight car seat, especially for me. I feel so like overwhelmed and claustrophobic if I'm carrying too many things, especially if they're heavy. And convenience is really important to me. So we got literally the lightest car seat out there, which is the Upper Baby Aria car seat. Like I said, it's like only 5 pounds or something, and it's super lightweight, really convenient. Like I said, you can attach and detach it from the stroller. And of course, we got the baby stroller with the bassinet and the toddler seat. So we'll be using that for a while, and then we're probably going to upgrade the car seat too. And the good thing is that, it has a really good return value. So if we wanted to sell the car seat, we can as well, because they can be used on we got the V2, the Vista 2 car seat, the stroller. And so, but you can use it on the V3 as well. So it's interchangeable, which is great. And I see people sell strollers and car seats all the time on Marketplace. That's a really good return value as well. And of course, in addition to the car seat, make sure you have a rear facing mirror so you can see the baby while driving, and maybe even a baby on board sign for your car so people are mindful around you while driving, knowing that there's a baby in the car. But overall, I would say these are our must-have items for baby Raya. And of course, we're going to keep adding items to the list. Keep in mind, we've only had her for 2.5 weeks, right? She's really young right now. She's really small. And we do have other items as well. We have like a baby bouncer. We have like a tummy time mat, but she hasn't used these items just yet. We're just waiting till she's a little bit older to use these items. But from the get-go, all these other items that I've mentioned have been really, really helpful for us. And of course, as we go on and she gets older, I'm sure there's going to be more items that she's going to need. But I would say these are the essentials, or the ones that I feel like have been really convenient for us. I think conveniency is so important, especially when you're having a baby, when you have a child, because it can already be so overwhelming having to go into this, stepping into this new territory of having a baby, especially if it's your first child, and everything is new, everything is different, and you're being exposed to all types of different things. So I feel like getting items, even if it's a little bit pricey, if it's for your convenience and leisure and it helps you throughout the day and it helps the baby, I would definitely invest in items like that, right? Like for instance, you can clean bottles yourself, but having a bottle washer really helps. So you can spend more time with the baby, or spend time taking a nap, or spend time doing things that you like. So making sure that you have items that are convenient, not only for you, but for the baby and for this whole motherhood, fatherhood process, makes it all worthwhile. Also, I plan on posting links to some of these must-have items on my Instagram page. And of course, if you have any suggestions or recommendations for our parenthood journey, please don't hesitate and let me know. I would love to know of products that I know would be really convenient and helpful for baby Raya that I'm not aware of. So if there's an item that I've not mentioned and you feel like that it would make my life easier in any way, please let me know. And I would love to share that with my followers as well. Thank you so much for listening in today. I am so grateful for all the support and feedback I've been getting. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to Sonia Space, and follow me on Instagram for sneak peeks on upcoming episodes as well as other inspirational content. I hope your day goes well and I've left you feeling inspired. Bye-bye.